drinking wine cause I'm classy. I never whine, you were gonna have to ask me. I got my tax sheet, I'm making more cash than Mary Kate and Ashley. In fact, G, the world is flat. No, it's not. But my girl is really hot. I'm chopping the beat like a bushel of broccoli. Wiggity wobbity, hippity hoppity, hard as the property, not a monopoly, never go cop me, no. Self-fulfilling prophecy, bro. Yo, round table, I'm Parsifal. You ain't hard at all, your heart is small. I'm about to party, but I'm in withdrawals. Yo, sleep is a cousin of death. I didn't even do no mess. I chilled at my desk and I scribble away. Instant classic. If I play hockey, I'm Ovechkin, the best in my profession. Every game I score a hat trick. It had to happen, it's magic. It's a tragedy like I'm Shakespeare. Last one, this one, and next a great year. No matter what I do, I'm always winning. Even when I'm sinning, I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas grinning. Yeah, I'm Kris Kringle. I go fuck with the chicks that aren't single, and we still mingle. I get it fucking popping like a can of Pringles. It's that simple. Dimples and the wrinkles, it all take time. Yo, you got greatness in mind. Yo, and yo quiero todo el mundo para mi familia. 1, 2, 3. La fiesta es perfecta. Yo, todos los estrellas están dentro de mis ojos. Sí, sí, shout out to my homie. Yo, all these shitty rappers all below me. They can blow me. I be Dijon with the steak. They be fucking plain bologna. Hey, that's just how it go. This is ring around the rosy like it's do-si-do. Yo, this is sicker than World War II. Yo, an orgy with your girl and another crew. Yo, she like Betty Boop. I took a handful of shrooms, now I'm in a groove. I'm on the fucking moon, the cat and cradle. You gotta do it right now, cause later you ain't able. Everybody gonna die like Cain and Abel. Ain't a fable, we coming straight out of the Bible. Headed out west, I'ma be like Feifel with my fucking rifle. Chill with my disciples like Jesus. Telekinesis releases, mentally, sentimentally. Here for a century, meant to be. Most of my old homies sitting in penitentiary. I guess it's the way it's meant to be. Yo, pay respect to the whale. There's plenty of fish, my old homies in jail. I never fail, I never get stale, I'm fresh to death. Yo, who the fuck is next?
I was thinking about the, cause I forget what I posted the other day. I was posting like a clip from the Tariq podcast, and we happened to talk about it on there, but I was thinking about the first time I met you. You were with that dude that you're often with at shows. I don't know. He seems to be one of your good buddies. He shows up all the time.
Big guy, shorter guy?
Medium guy.
Okay.
I don't know. Nice fella, but he photographed well. He was just sitting there just like, whoa, this is crazy. But you came up to Lee's side, bottle of wine in your hand, fucking hair down to your ass. And I was like, Sam Burrows wasn't there, and I was like running the cypher by myself, and there was no one else there. It was just me and like 4 people maybe. And we were like recording like Detour, and I don't think Truth was there.
No, Truth wasn't there.
It's like Jake, Detour, a couple of guys,
Yeah, yeah.
And then you came up, and I was like, oh, who's this fucking hippie? Like, how's this going to go? You know what I mean? Because I had already, at that time, that was the 10th cypher I ever recorded. And so I'm 10 ciphers in, and I've seen a few people come and go, and no one really, like, stuck out other than, obviously, Truth. But, like, no one really stuck out. You know what I mean? It was mostly just like Sam's friends and like I got the bip, and they're all just fucking rhyming bitch with shit. You know what I mean? It's like really bad. It was really bad. That's why we took all those ciphers off. If anyone was wondering, we've recorded like 200 ciphers, but we took a lot of them off because a lot of them were just really slow and terrible. But
I feel like you just offended someone. I know how concerned you are.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
People.
I don't give a shit anymore at all. I used to care, honestly. I used to care a lot about not offending people.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck at all anymore, Noble. I'm letting it all hang loose now. If people suck, I'm just like, yeah, that wasn't very good. Or if people do something that I don't like, I'm like, I don't like that. I have a hard time putting up boundaries, Noble.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it's spiritual?
What?
Like,
not putting up boundaries?
Does it feel like a spiritual? Like for me, the process, this community has been great for me, and just because I was always kind of that way, honestly. But it's brought me to a whole new level of people are who they are. It really is what it is, and it's what you bring forward to the world. Like, it's very action based, and the whole identity, everything, is it's just kind of melted away. In that experience, and it almost feels spiritual. It feels like a spiritual revolution for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Icon's like got this like nudist colony vibe to it, where like everything is taken off, and you're just like bare in skills. Like all you are is like how good you are and how much you care. That's all you are at Icon is how much you care and how much you love hip hop and how much you really bring to the table and how much you elevate the culture overall. I think, and a guy like you does it pretty effortlessly, So I've always appreciated that about you. It's been a hell of a ride, but you've been there since, like I say, like the 10th episode of Leaside, and then it's pretty consistent after that. You came pretty regularly. I think you came to Leaside like another one time, and then we only did 2 more ciphers at Leaside.
You know
after
what?
You first showed up.
Was the Leaside before that Chinese food restaurant in North Bay?
It was, yeah.
Okay,
that Chinese food restaurant thing happened, I think, only 1 or maybe 2 times. It happened 2 times. The first time was really successful, and there was like 30 people there.
Right.
And then the second time, there was like 5 people there or something. I don't know. But
okay.
That was a fun night. I recorded that too.
Yeah, I remember meeting Eligir there.
Who? Oh, El Guero.
Yeah, El Guero.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. Me neither. Somewhere in between there. Correct us. Feel free to correct us in the comments.
El Guero Oficial. Shout out to him though. He's the homie.
I like that guy.
Yeah. He's full of surprises. Yeah. But yeah, that was a hell of an era, man. And then I guess things blew up at the Monton, and we kind of put our names on the map as far as Icon hip hop goes. And I think you did a couple of sets there, didn't you?
I liked what we were doing then.
I did too.
Yeah, with the mini sets.
Yeah.
In the smoked out room, it felt so cool, and it felt like you were performing to a huge sellout crowd. If there was only 25 people there,
for sure,
it was a vibe.
Well, I remember like 75 people in that room, and it's just packed wall to wall, and it's insane. You can barely get from one side of the place to the other. It's a sauna, and then there's that dude who always showed up with those hash blunts. Remember him? They were crazy. They were the size of like my forearm, literally. They
what
had
happened
like
to
a
that
couple
guy?
ounces of weed. He's around. I think I saw him through the book club homies a little while ago.
Okay.
I think he goes to book club now and then or something. He's connected to those guys or something like that. But that was a hell of an era, man. Like I remember like looking over and seeing like you on stage, and then I looked to my left and there's Truth holding a gigantic fan out the window, and it's just like if you look out on the street, it was like a movie or something. It was like special effects or something. It looked fake.
Necessary,
and it was just
though.
like so much smoke coming out of that room, and you're just like, how is everyone in here even alive? Like,
oh yeah, you would die. Like if you stayed in there, you would die.
God damn. Yeah, ventilation is definitely
necessary element.
Underappreciated element of the live venue experience, that's for sure. Fuck yeah.
Fortune does it right though. It stays relatively chill in there, honestly.
I love it. They have a really good air conditioning unit. I think it's just like a standard hotel room air conditioning unit, but it's good quality and it works well, and that keeps things kind of cleaner for sure. I noticed that they have a couple of like smoke traps too, like it's like a fan blowing into a charcoal filter, and it just like fucking whatever just runs. They have that in the green room, so I was thinking about pulling that out of the other room for the next one too. Just kind of helps, but it's so cool aesthetically when we're shooting ciphers to have like people smoking joints and blowing the smoke up. Like it makes the camera like it really makes the whole thing sing for some reason. Like it's 10 times cooler if you have people smoking weed on camera. I don't know why, but
you know what we didn't have at the Moten? That's dope at Fortune, but it would have been dope if we would have had it at Moten, because I imagine how it even would have been possible is bringing the dancers in.
Yeah.
That's been dope. That was so dope.
Yeah.
And me and Cass are on the mic. They're just hyping them up. That's so much fun, man.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's something I want to do as much as possible. Like, I really love the dance community in Vancouver. They're so, like, when I first met the Vancouver Latin Freestyle, they inspired me on, like, an organizational tip, because they were, like, having meetings and, like, they were put together. They had a structure, and they were, like, really organized, you know? And then, like, once you start seeing the dancers in this city, it's like, holy shit. Like, the structure, like, it's a well-oiled and established machine. Like, there's so many different pieces and little microcosms of their ecosystem, for sure. There's, like, I mean, the higher ground people are fucking dope. and the Roughnecks and Roberta Bierman and then like all the different schools and stuff, and then they all fractal out and all the different teachers, all the different styles and classes and shit, and I'm just so virgin to it, and I'm trying to like understand it. And we've been going to these like different like dance events and some of the showcases. It's been really cool just unpacking like how that side of the culture works in the city, because like, yeah, like I say, like that's a major inspiration to us. If we ever want to see the kind of success that we want to see in the future for Icon and like make our dreams real, we got to emulate what the dance community's doing for sure.
Yeah.
So that's,
You know, it got me thinking, too, and I don't know if there's for this, but I got talking to the girl that I guess she taught a lot of those dancers. The girl that came out with the phone when she was dancing.
with
You remember
bangs?
that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Natasha. She's a fucking gangster and very well respected, super good at dancing and smoking on. Yeah.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
But I was, yeah, you heard it here first.
Nobody else knew that.
No, but I was gonna say, there's no classes for hip hop
Yeah.
and rap. You know.
Yeah.
And that would be so cool. I would attend that.
Fuck.
If there was someone that I respected like that was like undeniably dope in that way.
Well, yes and no though. There's Collab Creative. There's like that's a real thing. That's been that's
me
like
about that.
Kai's thing. You know Kai?
I know a few guys.
Messiah. He goes by Messiah.
Oh,
He just did the thing with John.
with Junk. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So he has been doing volunteer stuff forever. And
Okay.
I don't know too many of the details, so I'm not going to speak too much on that. But Collab Creative is, like, he's a major player in that program, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with, like, teaching kids, like, how to use Ableton. Actually, Kai's brother also does a very similar thing, too. So I don't know if that's under Collab Creative as well, or if that's a different thing, but I was just at Bobby Blaze's birthday party a couple of weeks ago, and I sat beside Kai's brother. Yeah, he was saying that he does some stuff where he like instructs young kids on how to use Ableton, how to chop samples, and how to like, record shit and make rap. You know what I mean? So that's on the back end of things, I guess, for sure. So I guess there's probably a lot more on the back end, maybe even than the front end too, right? Like all the recording processes and shit like that, and like SAE, but like junior maybe, like day camp level.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder what's possible for sure for like educating the youth and centralizing the kind of like the Vancouver knowledge base for sure.
I was looking at KRS-One recently, and he runs a program with people in his community, and it's because he's such a message-driven individual, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times we lose that message-driven motivation in rap, or a lot of people have never even been exposed to that, right? So they're in there and they're like, all of these bitches and all of these hoes and all of this money and shit. And if you had someone, obviously KRS-One's pretty hard to come by, but someone older, respected, skilled in the scene that really understands hip-hop, just that sort of thing to be taught, right?
Yeah.
Bringing people back to the message and, yeah.
Case Key comes to mind right away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the guy more than anyone really that I could think of in the city. It's like even the
Just
OGs,
get a collab
like the
going with
OGs
them.
are all busy as hell. They're all working like motherfuckers. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
got
that's
they
true.
got their careers and they got because they've all fractaled off into like producers and shit like that now, and guys are running theaters and fucking radio shows and shit. So
Yeah. But maybe a chance, I don't know, maybe a chance to work with the youth and make a couple bucks, I don't know.
yeah. Well, in my experience, everything that goes on for the community usually goes on pro bono. But
Yeah. Well, you guys made $70. Come on.
$70 is not bad. That's a start, right?
I wonder who we could scoop. I wonder who we could scoop for $70. Mercules, if you're watching and you want to make $70,
Bro, I'll make it 80.
Yeah.
I'll make it even 80.
That'd be good. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish that somebody like Mercules or whoever would come through and just like help put our cipher on the map. Help blow this shit up, because like all we need right now, like we're pretty much ready to go. We're like we've been doing for the last 3 years. We've been doing reps. We came up with the vision pretty much right away. Pretty much like as soon as the Mott came around, it's like okay, this is where this is going. Start to like model it after Kill Tony and think that like okay, this is like You know, not modeled after Kill Tony, obviously. Otherwise, we'd be pulling names out of a bucket and, you know, razzing people at with a panel of judges. But just the overall concept of, like, decentralized and, like, user-based entertainment, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think we know where we're going, and we're, like, this close to getting there. We're so close. People are starting to understand it. People that show up at the Cypher, they're like, okay, we get it. We're here because we're all part of this gigantic podcast, and we're all filming it together at the same time, and it's a rap freestyle thing, and everyone can rap, and anyone can join in, and, you know.
Yeah.
People are starting to get it, and they're starting to tell their friends and shit like that, and you got, like, you know, like,
I remember
young hip hop nerds want to be the kid that knows something and is like showing them, like, yeah, okay, so it's like this, so that's Ghetto, and that's Soul, that's MC Save the Whales, and what they do is, you know what I mean? That, like,
I remember when I followed Icon Hip Hop, y'all guys had like 265 followers.
Yep.
And now, what are you? You know?
I don't know, like 7,500 or something.
Right?
Yeah.
And the YouTube had less than 100 subscribers for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
It had
YouTube
50 or
was struggling
something.
for a long time.
Now
It
what's
still
it got?
is. It's,
What's
you
it
know,
got,
I mean,
though?
it's still shit, though. Like, we got lots of subscribers, but that doesn't translate to a lot of views. Because, I mean,
My buddy
such
said it's all
niche
about the
shit.
subscribers. Have you ever heard of the channel Discover Connection?
No.
Okay, my buddy's YouTube famous now.
Oh, is he?
Because he does, right now he's in Russia and Ukraine, and he's trying to get people to unite in Russia and Ukraine. It's pretty crazy what he does. He just finished a video.
That sounds hard.
Kamala and Donald supporters. He was getting them to eat Thanksgiving together and stuff. He's a really
fuck.
crazy dude. He's cool, man.
Yeah,
But he said it's all about subscribers.
Yeah.
Because you could have a one-off video that gets 2 million views, but if nobody subscribes, they're not going to see your next one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough, though. But at the same time, like, I feel like we're not getting too many impressions out of the deal, too. Like, impressions when they put the video in front of someone's face or whatever. Like, I feel like we're not getting that just because of the lack of views in our posts. But that being said, I mean, maybe our content's not quite up to snuff, too. So, I don't know. It's very niche. It's very, like, long form and stuff like that. But it's tough. Like, I think that we're ready to go, and I think that our model works, but we just kind of need that exposure to be elevated to that next level and get to that next plateau anyways, because we're pretty much like I say, like making that like well-oiled machine of like the rappers show up, the beats play, the cameras roll, the content gets made, it gets uploaded, the people take the content, they record it, they take it home, they do whatever they want with it, right? Like that's starting to be established, and like the people that film are getting good at filming. The people that edit are getting good at editing. The people that, you know, produce it and everything are getting way better at producing it. And the audio is getting better time after time after time. And now we're using pretty professional equipment. We're in a pretty good spot. You know, we have some good people donating a lot of their time and effort and equipment and money and into this thing so that we can actually, like, record something that's, like, you know, capable of like garner or, you know, giving us the views that we're after.
We'd like to have,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, it's not just the quality of the rapper; it's definitely the energy of the room. There's like a recipe that needs to be like fulfilled for like a viral piece of content to come out of our cipher, and it's like dope bars is first and foremost. A whole bunch of people vibing out, a good energy in the room. That's got to be there. It's got to be a really good beat that's catchy and open and easy to rap on and easy to mix. And that's about it, really. If you got those ingredients there, you know, you're good to go. And having guys that can rap for at least 8 bars without making a single mistake.
And girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human beings.
And human beings, yeah. Jay
Yeah.
Clausen, shout out. Jay Clausen slayed the last cipher.
Clausen's always fucking killing it.
I know.
It's like a long time.
Yeah, I know.
I love that whole hazmat crew, man. They're dope.
I know.
They're dope.
I
They're
saw
dope.
him, like, get
They're
this guy to
underrated.
mic.
They're fucking dope, man.
Yeah, I
and
think
and
so
I really
too.
like Vicious a lot, man.
Me too.
I've been liking Vicious for a long
He's a
time. That kid's
positive soul,
fucking
man.
dope.
And he's
he's just always got a good attitude, always got a smile on his face, and he's one of the first guys that really like saw what we were doing and went run with it. Like he's like, oh, I get it, this is dope, and then he'd screen cap every clip of him and he'd post the shit out of it, you know.
He still does.
He's got 30 posts on his fucking Instagram of Icon footage, and it's just like, thank you, fuck, like,
yeah,
you know, and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
see
yeah.
that, and those posts do well, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah. He's got some people behind him for sure.
For sure.
They've been
But-
around a long time.
But yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like if we can get to that level where we can really like elevate other people that do dope shit in the cipher and like put them on the map, much like Kill Tony does. Like it seems to be like the whole overall process for Kill Tony. I mean, you can look at it as a advertising machine or as a business or whatever, and sure, it's successful in that way too.
You
But
actually kind of look like that guy.
like Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah. I'm just realizing it now. I never realized that till now.
No shit.
What were you saying? Sorry.
But I mean, you can look at it as like a business or whatever, but then you can also look at it as like what effect it has on the overall culture of like stand-up comedy, and it's put so many people on the map. It's given people their first jobs as like real legitimate comedians, which has evolved into like long-term jobs in Hollywood writing rooms or one thing or another, and now they're in show business, they're established, they're running tours, they're hiring their own openers and giving new people opportunities and just spreading out the overall, you know what I mean? And there's so much talent in the world that goes unnoticed, and I guess that's like kind of like at the core of all this, right? Because like when I first started doing any of this rap shit, I remember like meeting friends in my basement, and you know, they're way better than most of what you see out there in the quote unquote hip hop scene of Vancouver at the time, right? And it's like, you know, we got to pull these people out, we got to pull these people together and show them that like the community is at the core of any success in hip hop ever. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the old New York cats and there's Lyricist Lounge, or you look at the old West Coast cats and it's the Good Life Cafe and Project Blowed and shit like that. There's always that community, that core community that propels everybody forward. You know, if it doesn't exist, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't know, like who out there is thinking that they're gonna like. There's other ways to get into it for sure, right? You can do it right and be the guy in the basement. Like, for instance, that dude in Vancouver, fucking Boslin. You know who Boslin is?
Mm-mm.
He's this dude. He's a rapper, anyways, and I think the producer's name's Isaac. But like, they're like a more or less like he's got lots of people on his team for sure at this point. But like, more or less, it's like two guys, a producer and a rapper that like
went hard in the basement.
Went hard in the basement, man. They did everything they needed to do. They like, I went to a seminar with the producer one time, and he was talking about how like, you know, they just put all their last bit of money in college into renting like an Apollo 2i2 or whatever the fuck, like the super nice interface and like a super nice microphone, and just like learning as much as they could on YouTube and just doing it themselves, right? And bringing that you know, DIY attitude to like the modern trendy sound, and they crushed it. And I mean, Boslin's like a handsome fucking light-skinned black dude, and like, and he's skilled for sure. Like, he's a good singer and shit like that. And
that's a pretty good recipe.
Yeah, he's also, I think he's like a borderline professional, or if not total professional athlete too. He's like a rugby player and shit.
It's a good mentality to carry over.
Well, yeah, I mean, it shows discipline and like all that shit, right? You don't get fucking anywhere near professional rugby without discipline.
Oh yeah,
lots of it.
Yeah. And mental fortitude.
Total.
Because those boys are tough. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I don't want to misspeak, I'm pretty sure he was part of Team Canada for a while.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that, but he's definitely like serious as fuck on the rugby pitch. So
that's nutty.
But anyways, my point is, I guess, that like there's different ways to go about it. You don't need to stop, drop, and open up shop. You don't need to have the Wu-Tang Clan behind you. You don't need to have the whole community there. You can go at it from the you know, private angle or whatever, but I feel like it's just so much more fun. It's so much more it's a, you know, it's a real journey, and it takes you through all different loops and twists and turns and ups and downs, and like there's so many little pieces of that journey that you get from the community, you know what I mean? And you get to interact with people like K-Ski or people like you or people like, and it helps like round everyone out. To be in a room with King Cass, Gold Kid, MC Save the Whales, Bobby Blaze, and Truth the Rapper at the same time, and be able to learn from all those people, like, that is completely different information coming from each one of you. You're all totally different. You have nothing, like, you're not alike in any way, yet you're identical in so many ways. You know what I mean? You click together, and there's like a chemistry and all that, and just like learning the ins and outs of like the different flavors of hip hop and the different flavors of rap that can be like dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's really important.
And it's where hip hop comes from, right? You think about the origin to hip hop, it wasn't necessarily just dudes in their basement making music, which is dope. I'm not casting shade on that at all. However, for me, it comes down to what's the goal? What's the goal? For me, it's life well lived.
Yeah.
Right? And community is a huge part of that. Bringing people together and sharing in that. Because I learn, even watching the dancers, for example, I learn. Because fucking no dance skill white boy like me, I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is crazy. This actually looks cool. It doesn't look like this when I do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do I even move my body in that way and make it look dope? And it's awesome to witness, to pay witness to, or hearing. Yeah, it's the development of the craft, the community. It's all part of a life well lived in the journey, What's the goal? What's the goal ultimately is the question for me,
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is I feel like the vibe that we've mastered, that we created at the Cypher and at all of our events, it really has that like community flavor to it. That's like it's like the reason why we do it. You know what I mean? Like there's something different. Like watching Natasha dance the other night, like I was just thinking about it while I was watching her. I was like, man, she like never. Well, I don't know. I don't speak for her. I don't know what she does, but like, I bet she doesn't have a lot of opportunities to just dance because she wants to dance. You know what I mean? Girl like her, like she's like teaching a class or shooting a music video or like shooting this or shooting that or whatever, and it's awesome because that's still what she wants to do.
Yes.
But it's at this high level, and it's at like, everything's got to be in line, and it's got to be like this, and let's practice this, and then we'll
just
execute like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then it's just like, that's the whole thing with the Cypher, and like that's what we try to do with rap, is just like, hey, you like to rap, don't you? Before you decided to get streams on Spotify and decided to build your YouTube following, you like to rap, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that.
I like really good beats. Do you like really good beats?
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
Yeah,
like, let's
the Sandbox,
all hang out
bro.
and we'll do the thing. The Sandbox, man. That's
Yeah.
not even a bad name, shit. But yeah, like that's actually a pretty good name, Sandbox.
Icon Hip Hop is now the Sandbox.
Yeah, welcome to Sandbox Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Cut the screen and then open it back up. I got a little hat with one of the windmills on it.
Plastic shovels.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. We building castles over here. Like, when did it click for you? Like that like that's what I was trying to do, and like shoot podcasts of a Cypher and shit.
I mean, I'm not fully sure I still fully grasp the vision, to be honest. I'm just sort of along for the ride. But, I've gotten to know you guys. I've gotten to know Soul and you and the people that are closely associated with it, with Val and Truth, and a lot of the people that have been down for the long term on the ride. And, yeah, I just see it. I see behind it, right? I think we live in a world where a lot of books are getting judged on cover basis, and it's so nice to see behind the veil of that. It's been very refreshing for me because I'm so tired of the white, black, male, female, the divisive nature of society in some level, red, blue.
Yeah. Sensationalism, I call it.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for that sensational thing or whatever. Everything can't just be like, oh, it was all right. Or, oh, he's okay. It's like, yeah, the guy's a bit of a dick, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing can be like, yeah. Anymore. Everything's got to be like, he's the worst fucking person ever. Like, I love this amazing idol of a human being. Spiritual, God bless this. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck, right? Or else, like, monster. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, can't anything just be eh?
Yeah.
What happened to eh?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't like it, yeah, whatever, and... Yeah, and it's hard because anything you say can and will be used against you in our modern society. And
fuck yeah,
you're going to offend someone every time you sneeze. And also, though, you're going to create... I believe that there's always an infinite scale that balances itself out in some kind of way or another. For everybody that hates you, you're also going to reach somebody that loves you. And that the answer is to go forward and do what you love and believe, and the universe is going to reflect that back on you. And Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but in general, I really appreciate people being measured on nothing more than the merit of their dopeness.
Yeah, and it seems like unbelievably simple to do it this way. I feel like everything that we do and everything that we bring to the table is just so unbelievably cut and dried and simple and easy to do. You know? I mean, it's hard to, like, whatever, do sound or mix live audio or, like, do multicam footage and all that shit, but it all comes with experience, and that shit's, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, like, the Beastie Boys said 2 turntables and a microphone, or whatever, right? Whoever said that, you know? It's like, it's been around forever. Like, it's really simple to just, like, put a beat on and speak your piece, you know?
And I feel like I feel like, yeah, it's been, like I said, it almost feels like a spiritual experience, because you really get reflected back on, and just community. We are formed so much by the community in which we are a part, and I'm reading a book on Sigmund Freud right now, and this man was the grandfather of all the labels that we put on things, whether different types of mental illness or different types of fetishes or different things that are so prevalent in our society today. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Don't tell me what you are, show me what you are.
Yeah.
Show me what you are.
Yeah.
I know you're... I advise like anyone else, But what are we doing? We're here to serve each other. And the main reason why I've been down on this journey is I see you being a service to other people. I've seen people heal in the cipher. I've seen people get deeply offended, and then that's led to them being better or creating something of their own.
Yeah.
Even the beef and the origins
Totally.
of you and Sam Burrows, I've seen him create more of what he wants to see in the world. And you guys don't need to be friends. You don't need to say anything positive about him. But I view it as a positive. I view Kaya Ko, who I love, who I've had lots of disagreements with. I've seen her elevate herself in a huge way. Whether or not Icon would be credited on her album or not, I know that in some way it's been a catalyst to create better things, even for the people that have been offended or felt as if Icon wasn't for them. I've seen them say, well, if this isn't for me, what is?
Yeah.
And then it catalyzes them to create something bigger for themselves. So I've seen the service that Icon's been in the community, not only to the people that love and resonate with Icon, but also the people that don't.
I completely agree with that.
If
you look at the Latin side of things, there's like the Vancouver Latin freestyle, and like Orthodoxia used to be a big part of that. And I don't know what happened at all, but for one reason or another, they didn't continue to do events together. Mm-hmm. And Orthodoxia went on to create the Michi Gang. And like, I remember first thinking that or seeing that and being like, I don't know about this. And then, like, I wonder what happened, you know what I mean? Thinking of it in a sensational kind of mindset, maybe, right? But like, I don't know. Then you think about it and you're just like, well, the guys from Green Day wanted to join this 5-piece band, and they were like, "No, you guys suck." And they're like, "Well, fuck you. We're gonna go make Green Day." And now who's the American idiot? So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I do.
Like that's the whole competition can be the catalyst. So you can either get with a dope crew or be against a dope crew and be elevated that way too. So it's not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not. It doesn't have to go whatever way or whatever. But yeah. Not to blow too much smoke up our own asses, but yeah, I've definitely seen that happen for sure. People get challenged by us and they go out and they try and strive or push further. And it happens to us too. Like every time I see another organization that really impresses me, I go, holy shit, those guys are dope. Like we were just at What's the Move on Saturday, right? Like those guys fucking crushed it. That was so dope.
Cool. Those videos they were doing with the sign in the back and the hanging mic.
It's like they got all the boxes checked, and they're very well organized. I remember when I was dating Sam, like she did a fashion show, and like her and Rachel Sudbury did a fashion show, and it was Sam's first event she had ever done. Fucking going all out, and she's like, I think I need to get 8 lamps. and she's like sourcing
Those girls are
lamps
so
and
creative.
shit, you know what I mean? They're like literally she's going like, I'm getting rid of all those lamps, and like, oh, I won't use those speakers, those are the wrong color. I'm like, shit, like those details matter, man.
Yeah.
Like, not to me. I'm just like, well, how does the top end sound? Is
Yep.
you know, has
Yep.
it got the thump? Is there any rattle? Like, you know what I mean? But you know, like just seeing all those different factors going into shit, and like every time I see some good organizer really kick ass, it's like definitely elevates what happens at Icon, that's for sure. So I've been trying to go out to more events and see more dope hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the hip hop events in the city are so poorly run, and honestly, you guys are not fucking helping by putting on a shitty show. 2 tops and a sub is not good, man. You need to figure out how to run a PGM 8 or how to run a fucking. You know what I mean? Like, you got to learn a mixer. You got to learn a console, or you got to buy something, or use a fucking multi-input interface like I used for the first 3 years of Icon, and then run all your fucking mics and your channels through Logic or Ableton and use your live output as your fucking main output and mix it that way live. Or do whatever the fuck you got to do, but stop sounding whack as fuck. Because every single show I go to, with the exception of like 3-4 people, maybe 3-4 organizers in the city. Yeah, your sound is horrific, and it sounds so bad.
I think it comes back to what's the goal. Once again, if your goal is to kick some shit and have fun with your homies, then I think you can sound however the fuck you want. Yeah. But if you do want to build an organization that people are going to be attracted to and that's going to build, I think you need to. Well, you need to check the boxes.
The thing that I see there is that like there's an overall net worth to hip hop in every city and globally, right? And you have to like contribute to that net worth and elevate it, or else you're taking away from it. Like that, because like the name Vancouver hip hop is something that everybody in the planet has access to. Some Joe Blow from Siberia can move here and be like, I'm throwing a hip hop show, and that's now Vancouver hip hop. You know what I mean? So everybody's included in Vancouver hip hop, and you got to be damn careful with how you represent that, because that's, you know, that's not really something that you want to fuck around with. You want to, like, if you're gonna claim hip hop in Vancouver, you know,
it's getting harder.
You got to make it dope, because like, like if I'm just like Joe Blow fan or whatever, and my cousin is a rapper, and he fucking convinces me to go out to his local show, and I go there, and it's 2 tops and a sub, and the guy has no idea how to run it, and the mics are clipping, and everything sounds like shit. Then I'm going to watch that crappy show and look at the crappy bar and look at the crappy lighting and the crappy venue and be like, well, local Vancouver hip-hop sucks. I'm definitely not coming to this Icon thing on Tuesday. Fuck that. Yeah. If this is what Saturday night at this place looks like, your Tuesday thing fucking must be terrible. You know what I mean? So it's just like it takes away from everybody. Like, whack local music makes people think that local music is whack.
Sometimes.
You know?
It could also... Yeah. I mean, I think... In general, you're right. Obviously, there's exceptions where people are going to see that and say, this show was whack. I'm never going to this shit again. But I did see that dope clip from What's the Move, or I did see that dope clip from Icon. Yeah. I'm going to that instead next time. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it helps give that salt and pepper to the scene for sure. Like having those spaces between the sounds or whatever, right? The negative space is what accentuates the positive, right?
You need to know what's bad to know what's good.
Yeah, the spectrum exists, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, wouldn't it just be great if the spectrum started at dope and then went to phenomenal? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, wouldn't that be way fucking cooler than starting it at whack as fuck and having it go to acceptable? Yeah. You know what I mean? Because right now, we're kind of the shit, and we're only at acceptable as far as I'm concerned. We could push this motherfucker right up to exceptional.
And I know you're gonna. I know you're gonna.
We're going to. We're going to have bigger artists, better artists.
That trip to LA was huge.
That's what I want to do. Is I want to go to LA and New York, and I want to take everyone from the cipher with us. Yeah, like all the killers with us. Yeah. And I want the killers to grow and to be like a global organization where like there's killers in every city. You know what I mean?
Could I do a call out? We need, or I would really like. We don't need, but I would love a killer female, someone that can. Identity politics are out of it entirely. I just would love that. You know, it's Val helps the nucleus of Icon in ways that are unexplainable. Whereas the killers, because hip-hop is a male-dominated space, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. There's more male rappers than female. It's not close. you know? However, I think it would just add such a powerful element. So if there is a woman in the Vancouver area that's undeniably dope and just wants to be dope and doesn't want to, you know, all the other shit, leave everything else at the fucking door, you know? All my favorite people, I don't care, leave everything at the door. And they come in and it's for the art, you know? I went down to, say whatever you want about San Francisco, but I went to the Modern Art Museum in San Francisco, right? And there was this woman, and she was painting something that I didn't understand, and I didn't think was worth the $4 million she was being paid to actively paint it. But it was as if her mind it was actually a beautiful experience to watch her in hindsight, because her mind was free. Her mind was so free. And now thinking about the art piece that she created, it was gorgeous and beautiful because it was free of judgment. You know what I mean? It was free of active judgment, and it was pure art. And for me in my life, I want to get as close to pure art as possible. The moments that I have felt most connected to my own life, to my own soul, I forget that I'm male. I forget that I'm white. I forget that I'm Canadian. I forget all of that shit. I forget who I would vote for. I forget all of that goes way the fuck out the window, you know, and you connect to the source of what we all are. And I think art is really an opportunity to do that. And hip hop is an opportunity to do that. And I think if you start from that place, then you can add structure to it as according. But when you're coming in and your whole thing is structure, your whole thing is, I'm here to accomplish some egotistical desire in some way or another, whether you're, no matter how you identify or who you are, I think that separates the essence of what it is, because art is always going to be bigger than icon. Art is always going to be bigger than any organization or any one person or any group, you know? And I think our monkey philosophies come in, and we like to judge, and we like to put constraints. We like to put containers on things. It's why we live in houses. It's why we, you know, do things the way we do. It's why society is set up the way that it is, because humans created this society. And you might like it, you might not like it. It's the fact is, it was created by humans, and that we do that because it's in our human nature. And art is an opportunity to truly escape from that, you know? And yeah, I just think if we had with that said, I do think that if we had a super hot babe who was totally just connected to the art, and, you know, that icon would board a rocket ship to the moon, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it would help for sure.
Yeah.
I've always just said, I mean, everything's like completely judged only on dopeness, skill set, dedication to the art form.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing else matters.
So if you hear that and that's you,
well, I know Bonafide's a fucking murderer, and I try to get her around as much as possible.
Well, what's her story? What's she?
She's busy. She's just always working.
Right.
And I think she, like, her job has hours that are like similar to when ciphers take place too. Right. So I don't know exactly what she does, but she's like,
quit your job.
Yeah, fuck your job, dude. Yeah.
It's just money.
No, but she's fire as fuck, and she's undeniable.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was telling me she's got a song coming out with Architect from Souls of Mischief and shit. So that's
dope.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, shit was crazy when she touched the mic at that last cipher instantly.
Oh yeah,
you know,
she's on point immediately all the time, and she's got a really good voice, and she's not cheesy at all. You know what I mean? And like this applies not to women, but to all rappers. Like it's oh my god, so common that you sound cheesy as fuck. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Rebecca is crazy.
Rebecca's insane. Rebecca's next level.
I've heard her sing live for the first time yesterday. Yeah. We were all making a song, and
yeah, she's so powerful.
I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Big
voice.
Just stuck to my chair. Mariah Carey.
For sure.
Type shit.
Yeah, she's like trained too. She's been at it forever too. So she knows all the scales. She knows all the, she knows everything. Yeah. She's got the theory unlocked too.
It's so humble.
She can speak the language. And
I was like, are you classically trained? She goes, I'm just, do you guys want some peanut butter and apples?
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's dope, man. She can play guitar and she can play piano and sing and shit.
I believe it. I love those people.
To do, so.
They don't tell you shit. They just show you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in that. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So yeah, I just want I want it to be.
Side note, just wanted to say Z the Free is an absolute fucking murderer, but she lives in Saskatchewan, I think.
Okay.
So,
See the
but
free?
she came around the MOTN cipher a few times, and
Okay.
it was fucking exceptional.
Yo, what happened to that girl from the States?
Who's
You got
Savvy?
a clip of her.
Savvy Ray, she's at it. Yeah, she's a convicted felon, so she's not coming.
Oh
up here, but-
no!
Yeah.
I believe that too.
Dude, my
She's got that
dopest rap
gangster
friends
feel to her.
in
She's
the
like,
States
yeah.
can't come to fucking Vancouver at all. Yeah.
Oh, she's got that.
Yeah, she'll
energy.
never come across the. And then the other one that's dope down there's a dude, Kazimo's dope. He's fucking dope, man.
Okay.
He's like just a fun guy. Like,
But he has
he's on the
charges
mic
too,
and-
or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Oh
he's- I don't know,
no,
he's not-
boys,
he's not able
girls,
to-
yeah.
That Tacoma lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Fucking shit's hard down there.
That's how Kamala could have got in. I will give you all a pardon. I will
Oh.
pardon all you motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. I'd be out there waving a fucking flag.
You
Yeah.
know? Oh yeah. That's it. You know.
No doubt. I'd love to get those people in the country. But, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, there's like, and again, like the thing that I want to stress too is that like the killer status is not something that we award you. You know, it's something that you award yourself. Like you are a killer or you aren't a killer, and we all know you can't not be a killer and have like all of us are gonna accept you. Everyone's gonna know that you're a killer because you're gonna be dope, chill, and fire as fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Haters gonna hate is a really truly deep.
And lovers gonna
resonant
love,
saying. And
killer's
lovers
gonna kill.
love.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
so you know,
Yeah.
if it smells right, it smells right. Like that's just what it is. Like it's just we're animals and like we are tribal and shit. And some people don't jive. Like,
Man, that was so nice having my shirt off at the last segment, bro.
you fucking.
It was just the way it
animal.
had to be, bro.
Saw that. I was like, oh fuck, Noble's got some pectoral development going on there. Look at this guy. He's fucking eating his Wheaties.
That's not even it, man. I'd do it if I was fat as hell, man. I'd be
Yeah.
doing it. I don't give a shit, man. It was so fun. It was just felt right, man. It was, just that jungle vibe. Reconnecting to nature is huge. I feel art is a pathway for that in this modern society of
That's all I
cars
wanna
and
do,
highways.
Man. I want to make it as real as possible because, like, I come from a world of like acoustic guitars and harmonicas and bluegrass music and fucking rock and roll blues and shit like that, and that's like, I don't know, very organic kind of music. You know what I mean? There's not like a lot of process to it. It's just very much like expression and some basic rules and some basic formats and stuff and patterns and things like this. But yeah, I think that's kind of like what inspires me to create such like a strictly organic environment with icon hip hop. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, I'm never gonna stray away from that. Like, I'm gonna because it's cost us so much, and it's made this whole process so much more difficult. Like, we could be 10 times more poppin' than we are.
Well, how do we feel then about? Just kind of want to pick your brain about the Windex thing, for example. Like, is Windex organic? I don't know how he came up. Is he an organic artist?
I don't know too much about his history. I think he was involved in like the Olympia Pizza days, I think.
I went to one of those.
I
I
don't
went to
know
one of
too much
those,
about
yeah.
that, to be honest.
Okay,
I don't really know
okay.
too much about him specifically. I know a lot about the history of Vancouver hip hop shit, but I don't really know too much about that camp in general.
Right.
Because there's a lot of those guys that are out there doing stuff and making moves. I don't really get them, but I do know that like DTG, like Lil Windex, is like he's a fucking rapper, man.
He's very.
That dude's
I
got
love his
motherfucking
Eminem
bars,
videos.
dude.
That's how I found out about
He's
him.
also got like stuff was not that. Like he's just a
Right.
straight up spitter, and he's like
Yeah.
dirty bars over a dirty beat, and it's like fucking good, man. That guy can rap.
I mean, I saw the Icon clip.
Yeah, and I mean that was all real. That was all multi-track. No, that entire show from start to finish. There was no lip syncing, no bullshit. You know,
Right.
Kripal and him both spat all their bars, so that's dope.
Is it Kripal? I thought it was Cripple.
I don't know.
Okay.
We cripping out here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, true enough.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's like what I was gonna say is it's like we could push this thing further and get a lot of views if we were to like do the whole fake thing and record dope shit and make it look really awesome live with our multicam live footage and then insert like studio tracks over top of that and then like blend it all together and then do the whole fucking speed ramp thing and flashy this and flashy that. But like that's not the flavor that we want to bring to the table. We want to really show that like it's like I always say, like it's like an ESPN fight coverage, right? You want to show it as real as possible. You don't want to make it seem like you don't want to like imagine shooting an ESPN fight like you would shoot a Jackie Chan fight scene in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like that one is totally fake, and if you shot that Jackie Chan fight scene in Hollywood like you would shoot an ESPN fight, you'd be like, "Oh, that's all fake as fuck."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, none of that's real.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that guy's not getting punched.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like because it's all like you know what I mean? It's like super fucking whatever, right?
Yeah.
That it's just like you edit it the special way that makes it look like Jackie Chan just beat up 17 people, you know what I mean? So it's like that's the thing. We could absolutely do that with our structure, with our infrastructure, and with our skill set, and with the people that we know. We could absolutely fucking do that and probably go a lot further, a lot faster, but that's not the flavor we want to bring to the table.
I wonder about shooting a video Harry Mack style, you know, because he did it. He's a great example.
Yeah, what, like a man on the street kind of rapping shit?
Yeah.
We talked about that in the past too, but at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like just staying in our lane is the dopest thing that's going to take us the farthest, you know?
That Spanish collective you showed me was fucking amazing.
Casa Parlante.
Yeah.
They're fire as fuck, man. They're insane. But they've gone down that road now too. I see them putting fucking studio backtracks over top shit. That's whack. That's whack. It's pretend now. You know? I mean, it's not whack, but it's just like it's pretend. It's the Jackie Chan thing. Like I want to see fucking George St. Pierre knock a motherfucker out. That's what I want to see. That's what you are. That's what truth is. You know what I mean? That's what Bobby is. That's what Cass is. Like, they're real fucking pugilists out there knocking motherfuckers out.
That's inspiring. I know I'm no George St. Pierre, though. George St. Pierre, holy.
Well, of the rap world, I mean, in Vancouver for damn sure. Like, yeah, you might just be GSP. Like,
I better
for real.
start
like,
working 10 hours a day. When you mentioned JSP, that's inspiring. That guy, I saw him. I went to Montreal when I was going to university. I saw GSP at a club that I was at. This man had 45 women around him.
Yeah.
All fighting to be near him. And I was like, this man, like, I started to understand monkey dynamics and societal dynamics in that moment.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
And we can say all we want. We can spin the news whatever way we want. The toughest, strongest, most badass, and yet humble monkey had all the women. Why is that? It's not because of the news programming, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not our great philosophies.
Yeah.
It's the same truths that have been true for 50 million years, you know?
No doubt. It's funny how that works.
I was like, that's crazy. What a guy. What a guy.
But yeah, I mean, that's it.
But yeah, he's the GOAT, you know? Who's GSP? Who's GSP of the rap world right now?
I don't know. I mean, in Vancouver, honestly, it's kind of you.
Well, I'm
you know what I mean?
Humbled by that statement.
Because it's like, but I mean, it's not to say that there isn't fucking Adesanyas and fucking, you know. There's other motherfuckers in this city.
Yeah,
sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Truth knocked me out in that rap battle in about 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, that was the beautiful art of the retort, man.
I'm down for a rematch, Truth. If you are though, I'm down. I'm down.
I'd love to see that. So here's something I've been thinking about. I gotta piss again really bad, so we're gonna probably cut this after this.
Too,
No, you gotta go. But something I've been thinking about. I think that we might want to consider doing battles, but doing them like we did before, where it's like 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Judges decide. But it's pre-organized. You know who you're going to battle weeks in advance, and you can prepare your minutes. You don't have to do it freestyle. You don't have to do it off the top of your head, because I don't think most people in the city or in the scene are capable of doing that. There's only like 5 people I know in Vancouver that are capable of actually freestyle battling in the same format as like the Vancouver Latin Freestyle or the Michi Gang.
Yep.
Right?
Do you think we could do some sort of hybrid, and this is just me throwing the ball against the wall, where you know who you're prepared against, right? And you got the minute, but then there's some sort of final championship where there is a freestyle element to it.
Well, that's, I think, where you would just see your brackets reducing throughout the night, and then you'd be like, I know who's in it, you know, there's 17 or 16 people in it.
You know, and you got very limited time to write your bars.
Yeah.
You know who's coming up.
Yeah.
But because last night I was writing with Cass and Bobby and Rebecca, and I came in with a verse, and Bobby's like, no. He's like, that's dope, but you need to rewrite your verse right now.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that he did, because it really challenged me. And that sort of element, because I believe that's a form of freestyle, right? It is in some kind of way. It depends how you define freestyle, right? But being like, okay, you got 30 minutes till your next round now, and you know you're facing Jake, who can freestyle off the top of the dome and make fun of you.
Totally.
You know, that's why he won. He was
extremely likable, and
he was really the only
funny
guy that did it well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, Cole too.
Cole too, but Jake was just a little bit ahead of that. He was so clever. It was so clever. Cole's got that too.
Yeah.
But Jake had something special that night, especially. Jake's really clever, man. He's really, you know.
I love that, man.
Oh yeah, he's
and OG since day one, man. He's been right there. He just loves to rap.
Humble
so
as
much.
fuck too.
He's so in love with hip hop,
You know?
and with just spitting and just ciphers, and he just got bit by the bug, and he'll just
Yeah.
always be there.
Yeah,
That
and
dude will be
music. He's in
ciphers
like
the
a
rest of his life.
surfer band, right? You know.
They're dope too. Shout out to Bangina. That's literally what they're called. Anyways, big shout out to Flippin' J Records. Go check out Shop Get On Down and buy some cool shit from Flippin' J Records. They got 5 new releases out. Swollen Members, Maestro Fresh West, Rascals, Red Life. That's it, I believe. But yeah, go cop some of those 45s. Come see my man Noble crush the mic on December 20th at the Hollywood Theater, opening up for DJ Qbert. That guy is an absolute beast, one of the best DJs on planet Earth, no doubt. And Babu would agree with me. You know, but yeah, go check that out. Follow us, like us, subscribe, and all that bullshit. And,
I'm Babu.
No, Babu is.
Babu.
another
Yeah, the actual
legendary-
Babu.
DJ
Yeah.
Babu,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought that at first, and then I was like,
He's
are
who
you
I
calling
think,
me a
like,
monkey?
God on the
Okay,
West
okay.
Coast. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the boss.
I know Babu,
Yeah.
actual Babu,
Yeah.
but then I thought, never mind. Hollywood Theater Friday night.
Yeah, you'll see this fucking monkey.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug?
Save the whales. It's a long winter. If you're struggling with your mental health, come out to the cypher
Fucking rules.
or reach out to your friends and make sure you're doing your best. I love y'all.
Be real.
Yeah.
Peace.